How's it going, guys? Bring Your Platoon here, and welcome back to another great game in World of Tanks Xbox One Edition. Today I will be playing the I guess kind of brand newly released Tier 10 Chinese Premium Heavy Tank, the WZ-111 Qilin. I will be going off the armor statistics of the WZ-111 Model 5A, the standard tech tree tank, but I will be talking about the gun that is the Qilin's gun instead of the 5A's gun using tanks.gg, but since I don't have an armor model for the Qilin in tanks.gg, I will just be going off the gun stats for that. So let's get right into it. This is going to be, I want to say this is going to be the first game in the tank, but it's the second game. So just for me being petty's sake, I'm going to put, first game in the title because this is the first good game I had in it. Okay? Let's just get that out of the way first. So it's not really the first game, but it's the first quote-unquote good game. There you go. It's the second game. Yeah, I'm over it. Let's move on. So what are the differences between this tank and the Model 5A? The standard tech tree tank. Well, one thing is you get more alpha. Instead of 490 alpha for the standard tech tree tank, you actually get 560 alpha because premium tank, and they needed a reason to make it different and better, so that's what they decided to do. The gun has 250 millimeters of penetration for its standard AP rounds, 340 millimeters of penetration for its premium heat ammunition, and 65 millimeters of penetration for its high explosive rounds, but you deal 660 instead of 560 on average per shot and penetration, which is weird because the damage for the 5A's gun, the standard tech tree tank for the high explosive rounds, is 640, so they only beefed up the high explosive damage by 20 for the high explosive. That's kind of weird, but top speed, very fast for a heavy tank, 50 kilometers an hour. Reverse speed is Jesus Christ, 15 kilometers an hour. Yikes, getting hard to speak. Dispersion for the gun is 0.37. Aim time is 2.5, significantly better than the Andre the Giant tank. I'm so glad I played that thing first, because this thing feels like a fucking godsend compared to that thing. View range is 400 meters, pretty standard for a tier 10. Gun depression is a little lackluster, 7 degrees. I'm sure I'll get used to it. It's been a little difficult, but I make it work in this gameplay especially. Gun elevation is 23 degrees. Upwards, what's the actual HP of the tank? 2200, cool. That's the same for tanks.gg and the console version, so that's very, very good. And now let's go on to the model. So a lot of people think this thing is invincible hull down, but if the Qilin holds true to the same 5A model, you can actually pen through the middle of the mantlet of this thing with I guess it's 300 millimeters of spaced armor and then nothing behind it. So if you have 340 or 325 APCR rounds, you can go through that, but if you're shooting heat, obviously you're not going to go through because spaced armor. Oh, I stand corrected. Okay, let's make this thing fucking go flat on. So if you're staring at a 5A, alright, just bear with me here. If you're staring at a 5A, the right side, your right side of his mantlet is more armored than that, but the left side has a glaring 300 millimeters thick. Again, 300 millimeters spaced, 0 millimeters behind that. So that's weird, but that is the only place you're going to reliably pen. Well, I guess reliably is a strong word. Besides the weak points, that is the 215 millimeter left side turret, the 215 millimeter left side hatch, or the 225 millimeters of the right side hatch. I hope I said that right. The upper plate armor is not very great. Flat on, it's about 240. I guess that's actually really good. Flat on is like 245 millimeters, but the lower you go on the tank, the less armored it becomes. Although I will say the very lowest part of the upper plate is an auto ricochet, so that's pretty cool, but it is a cone nonetheless. And if you face hug this thing and shoot at the triangle, or I guess where the viewport is, if you shoot that part while you're aiming down on it, you will pen it each and every time, because it is not even 180 millimeters of protection there. But yeah, if you're ever face hugging this thing, just shoot anywhere on its upper plate while aiming down at it with decent gun depression, and you'll pen it each and every time. Pretty funny. But yeah, completely hull down with all 7 degrees of gun depression. It is, ooh, you're you're not gonna be penning that unless you're a TD or get very lucky with RNG in a. God, ignore that sound. I accidentally pressed on the Elgato. Get out of here, Elgato. But yeah, what's its side armor? Can it side scrape? It's kind of shaped weird in the front, so you equalize your 2 side plates if you try to side scrape. So it can, just not very well. Reverse side scraping can be a thing. Only slightly. Can you reverse side scrape in this thing? Kind of, sort of. Your gun depression goes from a whopping whole 7 to a measly 1 degrees. So that's unfortunate, but that is what it is. It gets a little bit better along like the S end side, but not much, giving you like a max of 4 degrees when you're trying to reverse side scrape. But yeah, I can block a tier 10 TD shell off my upper hull by using all my gun depression. You saw that there, unless he shot at my turret for some stupid reason. But yeah, it's not a bad tank. It's fast. It's like a heavium. It doesn't have invincible armor, but it's got a great gun. You rack up damage quick as hell in it, and it's awesome. I love it. Like, you can overmatch people. You can dick into them for 560 plus per shot, and then this 268 is giving me his roof, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for it. Bam. Cool beans. Thanks for the free shot, dude. And then I load heat for, or do I even load heat for the T95? Nice. I'm gonna put free shot into free shot after free shot into his side because he is not paying attention to me, and I feel completely safe where I am because I do have a little bit of land or hills to hide behind. Good God, that T95 is a bad player. I don't know why he's not just falling back down the hill, but whatever, I guess. There's the Artie. I'm gonna go kill him, or he's gonna die by somebody else. I'm really kind of worried about that T95 putting a shell into me, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. No, instead I'm going to finish him off, because why not? Their Artie goes down, miraculously not destroying me with all that time that I gave him to try. But yeah, this is the first decent game and the second real game that I've had in this tank, and it's a glory to behold. It really is. You can side scrape in it. You gotta play it smart, like you do every other tank that isn't practically invincible with an upper plate of 350 millimeters of protection or more. Not a good representation of what my friend is capable of there, but I did not phenomenal, but I had a great score. So, brothers in arms, over 5,000 damage and a tier 10 heavy. Alright, time to upload it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.